يو معكم سينو بوينت نوفيل فيديو. راح نلعبوا ان جو اسمه Unforgotten City. على باز انا على حسب واش فهمت سي تاع مود تاع سكايريم اللي ولا ان جو كومبلي. سي شغل انا جي في ان تيك توك تاع يقول واحد قال سي ميلونج بين سكايريم و اوتر وايلدز لي دو جو نحبهم قلت طايح والله نتيستيوه.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
هذا مرة ولا راجل؟ اوكي. سي غلطان. اوكي. نون تاع لي جوار واش ندير؟
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
ياسر جو راه اون انجلي ولي حاب فرونسي كاين لي سو تيتر. والله ما نشوف على والو.
Does look like you took a pretty hard blow to the head. You're just lucky you've been given a second chance. Which is why I feel terrible for what I'm about to say, but I have a favor to ask. There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured, or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know? You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Oh, in Italy. Okay.
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
شو اسمك؟
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
يا وعلا.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
نقول جواك. غالية.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al... What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me. Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Okay.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Oh, il monte. C'est bien. Examiner l'objet. Ok, نقدر كيما في Skyrim هادي. نبقاو l'objet. اوكي انا نعقلو لي ميكانيك تاع Skyrim. هوب هوب هوب.
Back already? What's up?
Collection supplémentaire. Okay.
What am I? Great. Thanks again.
Okay. اوكي ولد تاع سوري باش نشعل اللمبه سي بيزار كوم توش. On va entrer dans les ruines. Le jeu il est fluide بزاف. قبل كنت نلعب سايلنت هيل كان يجيني شويه FPS. هذا هو هذا راني انتيك. هاي فهمتها وحدي مسيو شيفت باش نجري. هوب un sac à dos rempli de vêtements dans mes yeux, ne contient rien. ما بقاش ندير. اوكي كاين مير انفيزيبل هنايا. وهنا تا كاين مير انفيزيبل. سي دوماج ما نحبش لي مير انفيزيبل.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in a Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city."
No. Okay. نخليته يكمل يهضر.
Step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place. Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
لول invitation ولا warning تما يا مت يا تلمو انتيك ما حبيتش نولي. بون حبيت قبل ما يهضر حبيت نقول بلي الجو فكرني شويه في ديزونورد غرافيكمون. بون ماشي في ستيل مي شغل كي نشوف هادو بعيتيك شغل لعب ديزونورد 2 يا با لونطون كلكو موا شغل هاد الحجر وكاع لا تكستور هادي شويه ديزونورد. اوكي جو بونس في هذا الجو كاين دي زينمي بدا كيما اوتر وايلد فهم مع الديبي en tout cas. هادو ماشي بليتو لي مسويد تاع واحد ولا ذهب زعما. نسيت الحكايه، مي كاين حكايه هذيك تاع لو روا اللي كان كاع واش يمس يولي ذهب. ما نترك انا وي الهيرو تاعنا ما يعرفش هذا اللاقع. يا اخي واش درت فيكم انت؟ انت والو. اوكي كاين دي ستاتيو عندهم دي انتراكسيون نشوفوهم. جو بونس راح نشوفهم وحده بوحده. اوكي ميو يجي بيه هذا يبان راهو يهرب. اوكي بالك كاني غلط بلي ما كاش لي زالمي هنا. بالك جو حبس لي فور 100 مليون يقاس باش يشارجي. اوكي صرات عفسه بيزار. اوكي attends F5 لازم نبدا باسو غاردي. شوف كاين. اوكي لا وات اوكي اصبر شكون نقدر نطيحهم؟ لا هذه فيكس. اوكي اسكو كيما في سكايريم نقدر نو منقدرش نرفد لي ستاتيو. هذا فيكس منقدرش نطيحو. اوكي نقدر الاخر نكون اكروبي. نقدر نزومي بكليك دروا. اوكي intéressant.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options: death, and that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right, and I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
واش نستنى بلي نديرو سي رابيدمون حيت لي حنا في لافان تاع الجو ديجا سويسيد السيد. اوتش. اوكي عندي الاخر الانرجي ولو فو يوجع. اوكي نطيح كاع اللي نقدر نطيحهم. يو صرا لي امتي بروبليم مع او بي اس. شي با على ما حبش بوغا لي مومون. حاضر هكا نكتبو قلي مازال بين نديرو مود فوتو. اوكي ça peut être bien bon هذا رسمناه ديجا نعاودو
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me?
نديرو
What? I'm speaking Latin. You? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing?
قولوا له pure vérité.
No idea what you're... You know, not right in the head. That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here. We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like... It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly? Hey, not so loud. Just saying that name could land you in trouble here. If you haven't heard, his cultists burned down half of Rome last year. Horrible business. I heard Nero executed some of them, but a lot of people are still angry with them. Even down here. So, but listen, most folks seem a bit confused. You seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So, let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's... well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming? Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community.
حالة نقدروا كليكت على او يتبع وحده.
Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me
Hello.
to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Ah, don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him.
وين على بالو يعني
Follow
هنا؟
me, please. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you,
She's good.
Oh, don't mind
you're in
me.
for a
I just
rude
live
shock.
here.
Because the Golden Row.
Oh, I
is
wish Horatius
exactly
would
10
stop
times
letting
worse.
barbarians in here.
She's
What
good.
do you want?
He's up these stairs.
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that? Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation? You know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing god who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent god would let my sister go missing on his or her watch?
ما طاح لي الميكرو.
Oh, I'd say it to their faces if they had the courage to show themselves. Did you hear that? Curse you, you coward! Where is my
Lol.
sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought. I'm telling you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving. I suppose we will. Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone. I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies? It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it. I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me. Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans. Why? Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy? I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance. If you must know, I'm here because my father has forbidden me from leaving the villa. I couldn't bear to lose you too, he says, as if he loves me, and not because he needs at least one daughter he can trade off. I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here. You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us. Like cattle, his family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia. So you'll help me find her?
Okay.
Thank you. You should probably take a look through her. Thanks. I'd appreciate it. Of course. What have you... Oh. All right.
Okay. Thank you. راح المسيو garde je sais que tout. Enfin, ما نحبش يسود. اوكي. الدنيا يتشعل. نقدرش ندير الماكلة.
This place has become a thoroughfare.
Je pense هذا هو الماجسترا ندخلو الشومبرتو. جو بونس شومبرتو. ماشي شومبرتو البالكون تاعو هذا.
If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
جنرال تيليوس تاع سكايريم في لول اللبسة تاعو.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
لا انا ناظرين نحب نولي الوقت تاعي.
In good time. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away. An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes, or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries. I'm glad you agree. The key things to remember are that we have laws forbidding treason and blasphemy, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you? 2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us, of this city? I have imagined it, our downfall 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it. All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in future?
Du Milan, ben je blij met?
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you? Well, I suppose that's all I can ask.
Je weet blijven chef deuxième show.
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it will seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Okay.
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
Dommage.
You mean you couldn't speak Latin before you arrived here? How strange. But the gods are active here, and their temples and shrines hum with power like nowhere else in the Empire. Perhaps when Proserpina brought you here, she planted the seed of Latin in your mind so that you could better serve her.
Maybe.
An unbeliever, then? If you come up with a better explanation, I'll be interested to hear it. If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule? Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
intéressant. Wait. Ouch.
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here.
Ok, دخلنا je pense هكا دخلنا في l'open world. هاو يدير لي بونت هذا.
What were you two talking about? Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him?
اوكي هذا ما يحبوش.
A spit of a for a career. We've lined up all the votes we need already. Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you've sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it? Good, then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election. Can't hurt. The name's Domitius.
Okay.
You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me. Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why. You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners. Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
وي وي انا نخليكم هنا سور مانيفيك نشوف اوكي ما نقدرش نشوف روحي دوماج هوب ديت كابتشر ديكم باش نحطها في البيسي مي انا نقول لكم على بروشين